Hello, Adam here, welcome back to some more Kerbal Space Program. Plans for today. Design a better ore shuttle for Ike. I want to say Gilly, but no, Ike. Something that will actually be able to move once it's landed. Number 2 thing. Cover a Kerbal from Kalo orbit. Number 3 thing, more Ike missions. Let's go to the ore shuttle first. Let's start off with the current design. Ore shuttle. Get rid of that. Put it off to the side. So starting off with this. Fuel. Good to have landing legs on this side as well. Cool. That will mean we need to move the couple of things. First of all, let's put that off to the side. Second of all, let's move these tanks to the I guess we could kind of lined up. Then I don't really want it to stick out past docking port. I have to here in order to not be clipping into fuel tank. There to balance for mass, which I will probably need to rebalance. Tuck the batteries in behind the landing legs there. These 2 times symmetry. That. So, I mean, step 1 completed now. Next, actually moving around. Go ahead and flip that around. Now, once we're landed, we'll want to actually be able to get to where we want to go. So there's 2 possibilities. We could go with those are definitely way too big. But yeah, motorized wheels. That, or go with landing gear. One of the only real possibility. Or we open up both sets of landing legs and then just rotate destination. But not exactly a fan of that. Also, just reminded, yeah, RCS really didn't do anything. It just wasn't that. If 105 block right? Yeah. How much thrust? Thrust power 1. Let me 1 Newton. Ooh. I don't know. Actually, don't know. Always full action means that the thruster will fire for all of your control commands when RCS. Have it set off. Don't think it's gonna show me thrust. That's difficult. I feel like I could remove. Oh. Are you strong enough anyway? Yeah. Monoprop. No. That doesn't exactly work out because it kind of gets in the way of the engines. That wouldn't be good. Certainly complicates matters. Perhaps what I could do is a monoprop. I was just thinking I could do something. The 2 times symmetry. And putting it this, and having another pair kind of doing the same thing, but on this, and move to the center. But that is very unstable. Move slightly and you will just pitch forward. I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah. Perhaps I could do something. Once again, maybe if I rotate it. Now obviously I think this will have to be in mirror symmetry. That might work. In that case we'll probably want to have as wide a wheelbase as possible, so rather than having it in the center, that won't leave us with much room. I could go with 6 wheels. 1. So 1 on each side, and then another side of this. That might work. But once we have the wheels, still need to actually move. I suppose I could just go with something like this and then stick the engine out on the other side. That probably inwards. That maybe. This is not the most Frankenstein spaceship ever. It's certainly interesting. This is what peak design looks like. For something else I was wanting, and that was more reaction wheels. I think what I can do... I was not thinking. More reaction wheels. Go ahead and throw in some extra. And like that, we now have enough space to clear the wherever they are. Let's start off with symmetry things. That. Getting it. Yes, using the snapping. Sure everything actually liked. Look as out of place that way. It will clip through the docking port. That is the price I'm willing to pay. Okay, 2 times symmetry again. I think instead there we go. And we will leave it so that it's... That is not... Yeah. Put it sort of... close to the middle. I guess I could... Height right? Yeah, the height seems right. Move it out a bit. I think that works. If only I put the engines on the right side. Yeah, currently, I think it's more inclined to tip itself over. So... Up. Yeah. Radio will be sufficient. Kind of gives us a neat little crowd effect because it's clipping back through. I mean, the main reason for those liquid tanks is not for liquid fuel, but rather have an engine. I think. Stable steering for this pair. Remove these from symmetry. PVN ones with steering. Steering. I think other way around. I think it makes more sense to have four-wheel steering. In which case, this should have steering enabled. Friction control set to 0. E should, which they all be steering at the same rate, same angle. Just don't know off the top of my head. I'm just throwing it in my mind. I think I have less. I don't know how much, so I'll just put it at 20. But I'll say auto. Maybe auto works. Subtracted, oh well. Okay, there we go. Now, I don't need all the mass to be all the mass balanced because I'm not depending on the RCS anymore. Even if it makes us. Oh, did I? What? Okay. Let's have a look at center of mass. Got a couple of things I could. Would like center of mass in the middle. Honest, I would like it to be in line with the engine. I think that is. Let's limit it down. Start off with 5%. Now, things I will be wanting. Control this. Let's. Hmm. I'm wondering. I'm wanting it for the landing gear. I was thinking of it for. Action group. So, one I'll be wanting. And probably both. 3 should already be. Yep. 2, I guess, to toggle. Maybe 4 and 5 individually. I kind of got 5 possibilities. How am I getting 5 possibilities? No, I'm getting like 3 kind of states. One where I want to use only one of the engines. One where I want to switch which engine that is. And one when I want to disable it. Let's do. With maybe KOS, I could do something where if I'm landed and it switches automatically. Like I could actually do something with. So good. No, I want to have the landing legs extended before touching down. So I want rocket engines to still be active in that case. So I was thinking temporarily that I could just put both of them into one, but no. Okay, let's rename this one to be legs. Click on that editor. Go to target angle. And then $90 on the other. Oh. Copy. Okay. Now do this. Click here. Place sequence and toggle direction. Okay. No, I want it to just be none. Finishes when it reaches an end. And we want it to start first direction. There we go. And when we press 1, we toggle direction, putting it into forward direction, and we play. So end. Reaches the end, it stops. Press 1 again. It toggles the direction, so it starts going backwards and plays, and it tracks him. Okay. I'm wondering, maybe I want to put that on G. I want to have G, because gear B. That seems like a pain to... Yeah, let's just leave it like that. Okay, now. What shall we name this? Round versus flying, I guess. So in this, yeah, activation shutdown. That one specifically. And then also activation shutdown. Okay, so first one, I guess I would be stage ready, so we'd already be activated. So, they came afterwards, so push and activate. Let's make link for a second. Activate here and shut down the engine afterwards. So when we're coming from the right, we hit the shutdown and then we activate. Turns all the engines on. Coming from the left, hits the activate and then hits the shutdown, so all the engines shut down. The idea at least. And we do the inverse on the other side. Wait. Starting from here, hit play, and switch direction, go this way, activates the engines already activated, shuts down the engines, shuts down the engine but that one's already shut down, and then activates. Okay. That. Bring that back down. Then I don't actually need the other one. I would, because I can then just... Or toggle engine. Toggle engine. Actually, I will need to... Slightly, I will need to be able to shut down. It. Just so that it isn't activated back into flight. And just copy one. And there we go. Now, you should be able to just press 2, and that will switch me between using these engines and one of these engines, or to switch which engine is pushing me forwards on the ground. And then 2 will shut them both down and let me back up. Okay, so this one, right. Play sequence and toggle direction. Yep. Let's make sure it's back where it needs to be. Sequence. That one's also at play position 0. Good. I think that's all I need. Save, and if I can launch. Somehow I detached. Yep. Don't know how I'd managed to do that. Now I will need to bearing. A bit actually. It is a bit awkward because I can't go. Actually, why? Because then I start clipping in here. I think I can't actually work because then I'm clipping into locking assist. What if I go like narrowly avoiding both? Okay. Up, and then I start bringing it back in. There we go. Now, I don't know. I should have enough Delta V. Should I bother checking? I probably should. Will I? No. I call shuttle. Launch. Or new and improved launch. No. Ike shuttle. Or shuttle. I'll get there eventually. What happens when you have a drink before stream? For a rocket game? I'm sure this was a smart choice. Only a shot glass. Anyway, staging kinda seems okay. Let's add that deploy to an action group. Even let's get rid of those. Deactivate all control surfaces. That kind of makes sense for no. Because that doesn't quite make sense anymore. I swapped that around. I don't believe there's a staging on that. Okay, yeah, I guess okay. They will stage this one. Okay, so is where the other one used. Anyway, so seems right. Second launch. Bit of a low thrust weight ratio. Oh well. Getting up to 50 seconds, so nice gradual start to this gravity turn. Heading of 92. Let's also, they're all at the same priority. Good. And just try to adjust for heading upwards a bit. Now it's at close enough to 90. Almost out of the side boosters, of the side tanks rather. Sideways. Oh, now I can adjust. Back to this starting point. Now that's what I'm used to. Without throttling back on the throttle. What's the inclination? Not too bad. Can really pull back on the throttle now. For a minute to apoapsis. This is headed to Ike. Improved Frankenstein of an ore. Feel this good time to deploy that fairing. Mostly out of the atmosphere. So I got some. So the previous Ike ore shuttle, it didn't have any way of moving on the ground. I thought it would be low enough gravity that I could just hop over to the next, hop over to adjust the landing site. But combined with no real indicators to know which orientation I was for rotation, and a bit higher gravity than I was expecting. Yeah, it did not go well. I'll bring that throttle back up. And perhaps this is going down. So we got that. Also added landing legs on the opposite side, just in case it flips over. And I've got my two full axis. Okay, should be good to coast now. So basically, I've got 4 rotation servos here that give it full 360 rotation. That I can just get the docking ports to point each other. Extend the the circularize. Not good. Orbit. Aim for like 70 kilometers. Burn time of 8 seconds. Power. No, those are not activated. Shut it. I forgot to do the initial shutdown. Oh well. Now, staging. Wanted. Close enough. And just tell it to go over to Juno. Year and 71 days. 4-minute burn. That's... Now, let's go ahead and deorbit this since it's now active. On. But we're already in atmosphere. Face it. Go ahead and physics warp to speed this up. I mean, we've got a periapsis at 30. Where I'd guess. I'm guessing it's automatically marked as a lander because I've got landing legs on it. Right. It looks like I've manually done that. Okay. Sure. Just slow down a bit quicker. Bring the physics warp down a bit. Retrograde. Just keeping my thumb over. Close the air brakes if I need. Start overheating rapidly. Not rapid yet. A rotisserie spaceship. Evenly cooking all the sides. Probably reactivate. Had deactivated them when I got into space. Aerodynamic. Control. A bit hot on those, but not too bad. Getting a bit close on those temperature gauges. Fine. that seems fine. And there we go, slow down sufficient. Slow down sufficiently that we're no longer overheating. A bit before deploy. No, Rogue shoots him back. Fine. Okay, 2 seconds, and but that's 7. Let's go ahead and bring that down. 9. A bit closer to the surface, actually. Surface. Stop the physics warp before we fully deploy it. Kilometer up. Okay. Now, physics warping down. Get low enough. Yes on. Honestly, I don't think we need to, but a slower touchdown would be. It has to be on the safe side. And now, way. Any moment now. Slowly coming down. Thrust weight ratio just below 1. Whoa, 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 whoa! Why did it want to rotate? Flip over so much. It's not like it. I guess it is a bit of an incline. Kind of thought that the action wheels would do a bit better top right, but I guess not. And I guess all the fuel was at the top. Yeah, probably should have pumped the fuel down to the bottom there. Oh well. You live and you forget. 35% value. Oh well. We got it out from orbit, that's the main thing. So, next thing I was planning to do, have got one person up in orbit. So, bring out the catamaran to recover them. Then we'll be back to the Juno and Ike missions. Go for the location. Kalo. Kalo and not LKO. Or KO. Anyway. Who will we bring? That's a lot of tourists. Anyone who doesn't have an orbiter on Kerbin? I think they all have orbiter on Kerbin, but just to make sure. I have orbiter on Kerbin. So we'll just send it up as a drain. Ooh. Brakes on. let's go ahead. Ships. And got my notes so I remember when to actually take off. KSP. Negative 35 degrees. For electric charge. Time warp. Oh, a quick save as well. Overshoot. That's enough. On. Up. Activate the engines. Front wheel. Just to line up with one way. That seems alright. Move a bit away so I'm not deafening myself. And we have lift. Back for gear. Already pointing up 10 degrees, that will do nicely. From memory, this should basically get us directly into a rendezvous if Kerbal orbits in orbit. Kerbal orbits in orbit, not Kerbal. Or in orbit of Kerbin. Anyway. This should do too. Okay. Right. Oh. And yeah. Passing by 500 meters a second, a bit before 4 kilometers. I feel like that could have been better. Normally I think I'd do a bit longer at a lower altitude. I don't immediately go to the 10 degrees. Level off first. I think I am a bit slower, yeah, because 600 meters a second was about 5 kilometers. It's about 4. 700 meters a second. Again, speed a bit lower than typical altitude. I think it's within reason. We'll be in a bit less throttle while we were at the lower altitude, but oh well. We need to be a bit more aggressive in getting up to space. And more time getting into the circular orbit means more time that we'll need to spend outside the atmosphere. Oh, right. Oh well. So it's slowly pitching up on it by itself. Oh, I can hear the engines starting to die down. Go ahead and activate the nuclear engine. Oh. A tiny bit of pitch up. 5 degrees. Yep. Yes, isn't fighting it too hard, which is good. Aimed out on the jet engines and now out of the atmosphere. Okay, 40 kilometers up. We'll need a bit more. Slowly getting towards 30. Fine. We'll have plenty of oxidizer. Longer, not 673 seconds. I guess I don't know how long these engines will burn, but they... But we are out into space. Now. Prograde. 80 kilometers. Retrograde. Not retrograde. Go to the horizon. Target position will be behind us. Down. It's once into an orbit. That is pretty much right where I was trying to get it. Okay, so yep, fairly long burn here. No. 3.5 kilometers. Probably because I'm still in the atmosphere. Maybe it's because I'm already burning. That would be it. Could also do it there. Well, I think as we get to the node, activate the spikes just to circularization in. Make sure we don't pull back into the atmosphere. Uh, that will do. Point of maneuver. Yeah. This is going to be orbital retrograde while this is target. Target's not that far away. 12 kilometers. Slightly missed the start of that burn. I could try to get it to meet here, but honestly, 13 minutes? No, 12 minutes. Oh, the... Now warp around. I think we'll go retrograde to targets. While getting closer to it. Oh. There. Right way. Approaching retrograde. Target marker. Means we will be getting closer to our target. Some time up. I don't trust that. I'm trusting it slightly. No longer trusting it because 769 meters is not 2 minutes away. Target. Better. Close. Oh, kinda close. Out for the rest of the velocity. Right, and now Hey. Yep, well, close enough. GB. Armed. Now for this one. Engine. Manually. That's an interesting glitch. bit hard to mince when no. How close I was getting. Touch. Sorry, whichever Kerbal's in there. Catch it, I think. Timing though? Ooh, nope. On and back to the cabin. Is up. And then switch back to Russia. Lost as I'm on my way. Getting. How do I spin this around to hit the time? Yeah. Oh. Thankfully bounced off the panels. Totally how they would react in real life. Little known fact, most things bounce off of solar panels. You should try it. There we go. Yay? No. Transfer them. Yes, I can. Hey. Do I use... No, the only mods I have are the ones in the description. I'm part of the Space Program crew. Yeah, the only mods I'm using are in the description. Now that that's... This is something I could actually bring back. Targets. Oh. Oh. That would fit in the base, surely. Um, hmm. Oh, aim for the other side. If I can actually one of these missions right back in full value that I never put up into orbit. Probably do a thrust limiter, but oh. Nope. Not where I wanted it to connect. I need to be basically going straight down, but angled like this. Then once I'm in the bay, I can forwards. Now, basically, oops. Shh. I should be about right. Bring that down to 1%. Not crashing panels. All right. 5%. Bit late to try to fix that now. Off of it. Out. Some things. Ooh, no, just a bit. Ooh, no, and then I hit something. Okay, okay, I will just land this separately. Let's go ahead and orbit. Round. I think it's here. Pause. Ignore the fact that it's sticking out. Over along. Get ready to deorbit. Good. Get it down to about 40 kilometers. Yeah, let's go with 30. Eve? Not remember. Should be good. Okay. Surface radio out. Maneuver. Didn't wait until we're in the atmosphere. In the atmosphere. $60 up where we've basically got no atmosphere. I think I'm going to overshoot here. That is where the tree effects yet. Yep, definitely should have gone for 30 kilometers. Oh, move some fuel around. Oh, there goes the KSC. Out. Right. Out. Nope. Transfer. Let's just flip through. What's up? Go ahead and turn the and go on. That's not barreling down towards that. Let's put the brakes on. Just. I was wanting to pull up. Backwards. Moving from the engines as well as rolling up into the lights. There we go. That's the case. Not far away. Not certainly not perfect. Definitely could have got better, but oh well. I was able to get back to flying while it was within sight. It's not the worst. Let's bring that throttle down. No! Over adjustments. That's rather frustrating. Maybe I should add some struts in there to keep the main body. Can I? Probably need to go forwards. Much. No. No. You are getting some gliding in still. Still got control. Ailerons are coming in a bit clutch. Now I could get them out, and they do have a parachute, so they would be fine. But I can also somewhat save a bit of a fuselage. Could be able to at least down a bit, but then I'll actually get a bit of a glide coming out of it. Yes. Oh, and we lost the docking port. Oh well. Too much thrust was used in the low atmosphere. That was definitely avoidable. Got a pilot. Okay. I mean, I guess we don't have any pilots left on the base. Splashdown in sight of the KSC. That is annoying. Let's see. Any tree here? No. Okay. last probe. Yeah. Deorbit this as well. It's not going to be much, but it'll clean up some clutter. It's worth something, so I might as well bring it back near the KSC. It'll just be a time warp away. Up here. Point retrograde. One should be easy to adjust. Engine. Open. Cam. Think. Oh, there's the desert runway. How many kilometers? 9. Should go ahead and stage the parachutes at this point. Touchdown with a parachute. I think means we're going to undershoot the KSC. Oh well, that's fine. Oh. Slightly less fine is the overheating of the solar panels are going through, but like we're fine now. Not really going to get a lifting body effect from this. Going to be just short of the mountains. Could reach the landmass. Okay. Getting close. Go ahead and switch over to ground radar. Up. Well, are reaching low velocities. Oh, parachute's going to slow me down before I can actually get over land. Oh well. Water landing is fine. O2. 5. Main parachutes. That means time to a bit. Actually, up. cutting the drogue chutes. And some of the main chutes. Because, I mean, this was designed to carry something down. With these. There we go. Right, that's a contract for nearly at the surface. Nearly splashed down. Yeah, recovered. Fewer pieces than the other one. Now, back to the Ike and June. So, recap on what's been done so far. Still hasn't arrived yet. Okay. Yes, that's probably this one. Maybe? I don't know. This is a maneuver. I will see which one it is. Moment? Any moment. Now, I guess. This is the Ike Station. Already in Gina's sphere of influence. 5-minute long burn, because it's just one engine. Just time warp to it. Yeah, this is a maneuver directly into an icon. Top. Okay, nearly 6-minute long burn. So just before 3 minutes. Just before T minus 3 minutes. I'm going to quick save just to be sure I don't overshoot it. It's 7 seconds less than 6. 12 seconds before. Yeah, half second less than 3 minutes before, but yeah, you get the point. And it hits 2 minutes and oh. Never mind. Minute 38 seconds. So 30, 45, 40. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, close enough. Okay, save for good measure. Can I physics swap that? Yeah, looks like I can. Save for 2 times. Aiming slightly above the a couple 10 inner atmosphere. Shot. Not paying attention. Out. Should be good enough. If I in it, how can I get back? Abscess. Go for a double encounter, but I think probably it's going to. Change. Oh. $100K seems, 90K also seems alright. Halfway point, and let's get that in. Anti-normal. Bit. Try to get it to line up with the other planes. Plane of the orbit. It kind of looks like it's on that line there. Up. I'm up. Yep, plenty of time still. Three years, 22 days until the next, probably that's not right. Maybe? They are in similar orbits, which means that it's longer between of a related one. Transfer window. Anyway, let's time up a bit closer to this node. I guess it doesn't really matter actually. It's mid-course. Fine. Oh, plenty of fuel. More than enough. Yeah. That does look kind of cinematic. Anyway, 44 seconds, so 20T. And Corona physics warp. Just 2 times. That we captured. That circularized. There we go. Had to extend that out to actually be circularized. Yeah, 62. That's alright. That means this one's done. Station's all good to go. Wait. Normal? A bit of clipping. I mean, best one would be to point it directly towards the sun. Practicality. Normal would also make sense so that then your docking ports aren't really relative to your orbital plane. Anyway, next one. Yes. So, charge. So, currently, this is the one that still hasn't arrived. Captured. I will admit, I am confused what maneuver is. But maybe it will start making sense once we're actually... Go ahead and warp next. Yep, now it makes sense. Then vessel just waiting for the next transfer window. Apparently we need this. Oh. Okay. They got so confused. Now, I know it's lying to me about burn time, and I know that it's lying about the delta V that we have remaining. But I think at 2 minutes, it's probably when it's going to put us out of time warp. Not. Let's just start burning now then, I guess. Oh. Happen. So. Still saying 1 minute of burn time. Which does not match up with how much of this is missing. But, well. I have no idea how close I am to being right, but I know I'm not right. Let's go ahead and just load the save. Ah, fortunately we're back here. Thought I loaded, but no, quick saved, I mean. Ooh, right on 0.0. Closer. Do it manually. "22 seconds. Couple of time warps. Or physics warps. Throw in a quick save. Switch over to the next one. Next, to get into the future what we need. Probably 3 minutes beforehand. And a quick save and do some time warping. Wobbling won't matter so much because I'll be time warping, which will get rid of it. Let's go with 3 minutes 30. If I reach the halfway point before I get to T-0, then I will wait for a bit until I restart again. I don't know how long to wait by the fact that it will be however much time is remaining. I'll go from -X to +X. I didn't actually check what the amount was, but I can eyeball 50%, right? I am not inclined to physics swap this back though. Third of way, 3.5. Like a quarter of the way through. Right? That's like halfway. So 130. Now, I'm pretty sure I started that burn with it saying I have 347 meters a second delta V, and I still had 347 seconds of meters a second of delta V. Let's go ahead and time warp a bit, throw in a quick save. Something like a minute 30, so I'll probably go maybe a minute 20. I don't know, maybe I was still over 50%, it's hard to tell. Especially since I'm getting thrown off by the small bit of red. Yep, with that we are at least captured though. I probably could have used Ike for a slingshot into slowing down, but if we use more delta V, we need to care about delta V, which potentially 30 seconds left of this burn. Oh, it's saying burn time 30 seconds, so I don't believe it. Probably more seconds. Means I misjudged something somewhere. Well, I guess I'll see just how much I misjudged the burn time by. That'll be however much we're over 3 minutes by. Meters a second left. We'll have fuel. Yeah, not perfect. Oh. Ho. That is just above the atmosphere. 8 kilometers? 1 kilometers. How long to the next thing? 45 days. Yep, we have. Go ahead, warp to apoapsis, I guess. Prograde. Getting to prograde. Cost weight ratio. Probably close enough to prograde. point retrograde. And warp to get rid of any wobbling. Relatively circular. Circular as I get. Now, time to reorient all of it. Fill up, yep. Okay. Yes, I'll probably reorient, and that will be get everything set up to. That will probably be. So, first, let's dock here. That's definitely still docked. Let's enable staging. And I would be needing that, but oh, that's not what it's either. Yeah, I guess disable staging then. I could undock this. Wanting to leave it attached, but not have any. Well, it does. But also actually activate. So look like the Hail Mary. I haven't seen it yet, so I wouldn't know. But I made this a while ago for landing on Juno. This took a fair bit of prep work to set up this mission. Because okay, now how to actually. So my original plan was undock this, leave it docked to this one, so then at the end I can dock this up to this. Get rid of the. I don't think that will count as debris. I think we're fine on that front. But how do I want to do? Those for now. Go. Have any solar panels on these? I do not. Okay. Oh, sure that will be fine. Should be. I'm up. Switch back to this. Yes. Do I have... Okay, good. Yes, on... will be my target. Oh, I kind of want this to go from. Make a Nova tug for career mode to send space station unit over to Juno orbit with a lander. Which way do I need to point this? For rotation, I want. Oh, I guess I'll spin it all the way around until way in. Oh. Go. Over. Yeah, I am not liking that electricity. Great. Significantly not great. Okay, bit closer before power runs out, and then engineer. Move a let's get an engineer out. Okay. Move a solar panel across. Kind of in the right place. Yes. Oh, this does unfortunately mean that it won't quite be in the right place. Yeah. So this isn't a station, this is all going down to the surface of Juno. This is an engine that will be put on the Juno station in order to make sure it can land safely. Oh. But it ran out of power. So, start off by moving it there. Oh, I should be able to get it. Okay. Oh, you mean... Okay, I didn't see your other message. So you're the one... Two things. More SSTO to send crew up to it. Send crew up to a space plane on top of a rocket. Capture to dock to my ship, and then also send an Impulse-style lander and up both. Yep. Both to a station and send it to Juno. Yeah, so I think the contract I have for this one, I need to have 2 pilots on board, but I didn't have 2 pilots. But I did have a pilot on my orbital station, LKO station. So yeah, I sent an SSTO to that with one of the pilots, and was able to pick up the other pilot. Can you save funds with building a vertical launch space plane? I mean, you're not really saving funds there, I don't think, because the whole point of the like one of the main advantages of having space plane launch for your SSTO is that you're able to make use of lift rather than doing a direct launch up into space, and also because you can save funds by just not having to take oxidizer with you because you're using jet fuel. If you do vertical launch, you leave the atmosphere too soon to do that, really. Okay. Back to this. Yeah. Upwards. As unbalanced mass for these RCS thrusters, but shouldn't be too. Also, don't have RCS SAS on. Probably the other part of it, because it got disabled because it ran out of power. Docking port. Above the docking port. Or level with it, and then can go down. We should then be heading directly to. Oh, close. Alright. Now the next one. At this point, I could probably get her away. Bit fast. Yes. Just need one here. Good. Line up with that docking port, and then I can get our relative velocity down to 0. Good. Good. This way I won't need to worry about all the panel on it. Station, yep. Ability mode, so I'll aim it below target. Yep. Over a meter a second, and now I can CS to point retrograde. In line with the southern orientation or close enough. Or good to just go to dock or undock this top section and mass. I think this is still a bit too high up, even though we have passed by on the rotating around the center of mass, which is about here, a bit above. I think at this point should be able on boy forwards. Heading towards docking port. Bit above, so awesome. rocket engines pointing the right way. Aero spike. To help with the landing. Close to upright. I will need to undock this and redock. Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, the angle's completely wrong there. Go ahead, control from here and then dock. Right round like a record. Just to speed things up a bit. Yeah, I wasn't. Target. I want to go this way. On. And yeah, solar panel is a bit unbalanced. Just coming out. Nicely lined up. Locked. Bring the engineer out again. Since I'll move the solar panel back because it's not going to do anything sitting there. More. Put over here first. Over here first. Go. RCS. Over. Okay. RCS construction again. Start off with that. I think that it moves with Kerbal. Guess it makes sense. Close enough, I think. Yep. Now, one of the final sections. Control from here. This way. Well. Yeah. Point at the target. And with that, would be good to just up. No, I'm not supposed to. Yeah. Tiny bit of oxide. Oh. Okay. We will need the end down. Okay. As you assist, and just now back to target. Bring the camera towards the front. We're pointing towards target. Our target's pointing towards us. We should be good to dock now. Final. Debris collection. Was supposed to remain attached to this, but because the undocking wasn't working correctly, didn't end up that way. Now, undock here. Yeah. I didn't either. They docked. Right, it didn't want to undock, so it's not going to want to undock here either. Want to bring this with me? Okay, I might be able to just do instruction for this though. Over. Want to stop basically next to this, and even if it's not undocking, I should at least be able to instruction it. Or Glossy. That one definitely shut down. Okay. Right way. Wait. Enough, I think. Over, bring the engineer back out again. Good, you're on the right side. I'll probably top section here. Alright. Okay. To ruts first. Ooh, an interesting there. Throwing a quick save for good show. That's just down here now. Find one. Oh, nope, more. Yeah. Oh, no, it still can't move it. Oh, there's okay. Bye. giving me a reason why. Might be mass related. Seems a bit. Should be fairly light. In case it is. Just bring out a couple more Kerbals. Mass stuff, all it requires is having enough Kerbals nearby. Something. Can I lift it? Nope, still not. Mike Kerman. Construction first station around Juno formed a docking maneuver on Juno. And still can't move it. It can't move because of part attachments. This one can't move. Not like we're too far away from it either. This might call for but it definitely should be attachable to, or like constructible as well. Final Kerbal. Oh well. Run a quick save here. Don't know how, but I've broken docking ports. Object thrower. Yep, that neatly did it. Neatly got rid of glitch parts there. One final thing I want to do. Just mass up put into tree. Why have no the air passing? Let me actually get over there. One. All set up. Up crew. Level 2 engineer, pilot and pilot. Level 3 pilot and level. Nice. Okay. In camera. How close to... What? The arrows are just slightly offset. That gets that one. Yeah. And we're pretty close. I would say we're like half a degree. I think that's probably as close. There, but oh well. This one. I think I'm. That's closer. Lining these two arrows. Yeah, once again, it's like half a degree off. I think that is slightly closer. Go with that. Yeah, with that, we've got all our engines aligned. Check action group. Fortunately, they are no longer in symmetry. Yeah, I think next time, right where we're landing this. This. Not. No, I think that was Ike that had. Here it's like. By 80% cutoff. Cutoff, it is a spot here, but it is. I guess I could put it in Canyon. That'd be a good spot. I don't know. Ooh, actually, no, that looks like a. It's relatively flat. So, this doesn't really have a way of safely onto Juno's surface, I don't think. I turn all the engines back on. Thrust weight ratio of 0. Which, I think we can all agree is a lie. Orbit retrograde. Oh no, quick save. Where is the station? Because I don't want to accidentally. Yeah, it doesn't know what my thrust weight ratio is. Yeah, I don't think there's any way this survives entry. But, I wouldn't really be able to mark out the intended landing spot. Oh well. And next time, next week, crashing this into Juno. Landing here, hopefully. And I might leave the engines on temporarily. Don't know. I don't think it has quite enough thrust to lift off again if I wanted to. core base, but who knows? Maybe with the poodle. Maybe I could lift off the front section, the back section, with the aerospikes there, and just use the poodle to actually take off. Oh well. In any case, landing this next week, same time, same place. Enjoyed. I mean, if you're watching this as a VOD later, let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And Twitch chat, I'll go find someone to raid. Rockets to orbit. That's I mean, that's fairly straightforward. Fairly self-explanatory, so I think I'll go with that. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.